All right, guys, I got a story about you.
All right.
For you, not about you. That would be giving it away.
Oh, I was about to say,
Story
whoa.
for you guys. This story takes place in the United States of America. I am going to stick to the clue I gave last week. This takes place in an NFC or AFC South city.
Okay.
NFC
NFC
South
or AFC?
So it's
or AFC
definitely in
South.
Florida.
Okay.
So the cities we're talking about here are Nashville, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, Houston,
Hmm.
Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, and Charlotte. Those are your 8 NFC and AFC South
I
cities.
like Jacksonville already. I like
This
it already. Well, depending. Could be
Nolan's
Houston.
got some characters, dude. You know?
Could be Houston.
when I was looking through this, I was like, oh, the AFC South is filled with bananas people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Big time. 2
This
Florida
is
cities. It's full bananas. And a Texas. Come on.
this is a story about a 69-year-old truck driver fighting for his life. All right, gentlemen,
Okay.
we have a truck driver. He is 69 years old. He drives a grease truck. Man drives a grease truck. He was accosted by a younger man just out on his route, picking up his grease, dropping off his grease. I don't know what he did with the grease. I don't know if he was picking up or dropping off. Grease truck driver. A man accosted this gentleman outside of a hotel and said, "You're not allowed to park here." The guy was like, "Hey, I'm just driving my truck, man. I'm just trying to do my job. I don't want anything to do with it." The other man then followed this guy, tried to get into his truck, attempted to physically accost him. The grease truck driver hit this guy with some pepper spray.
Nice.
No dice. Didn't work.
Wow.
Dude just ate it. Walked right through it.
He's on
My
that.
question to you guys is about the assailant, the guy who was attacking the grease truck driver. All right. I've already said it was a guy. I'd like to know his age. I'd like to know the city this happened in. And I'd like to know what the grease truck driver had to use to defend himself after the pepper spray didn't work.
I'll tell you what I hope he used. I hope he used like the hose in the grease truck and just sprayed him with all the used grease. That's what I
Oh, that'd
hope
be
he used.
great. That would be
I'm
just
doing that.
great.
I'm saying grease spray nozzle. I hope he hit him like it was a like a fire hose just of grease. So
Dude,
grease fire hose.
Liam, you've worked at you've worked in kitchens. So have I. When you empty the
Yeah,
fryer, you gotta take it to that special
it's
dumpster out
horrendous.
back.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
the worst, right? The worst.
yeah.
He's the guy. So
Disgusting.
his job is he empties that, right? Like that's this guy's
Yeah,
job. That is so brutal. So if he unleashes a
yeah.
hose of fryer grease, right? Because it could still, I mean, technically it's probably not hot, but man, that's just
It's
the
not going to be hot
nastiest of
anymore,
the
but
nasty.
it's going to be absolutely
Oh,
the most horrendous stuff.
it's the
Have you ever
nastiest of
seen
the
what a grease
nasty.
trap? Yeah, he probably empties
Yeah.
grease
Oh,
traps and stuff too. Have you ever
Yeah.
smelled
This.
when they
oh,
take the cover off of a grease trap? Dude, it's like
Oh yeah.
inhumane.
This guys, a
It's
little clue
so gross.
took place
yeah.
shortly after midnight. So
After
if he was like
midnight.
collecting the grease, like he was probably like
Yeah.
this is
Ugh.
like probably a weekly or monthly, thing.
Oh,
But yeah, when a grease trap backs up in a restaurant, it smells like shit just took a shit. Like
yeah,
it is
it's brutal.
Yep.
horrifying.
Burn.
You can
So
ask some questions.
just
It's pretty bad. You can
just
ask some
to
questions.
reiterate the story, right? This guy, he was being followed by the
He's doing
crazy
his
guy.
job. Guy shows up, says you can't park here. The guy's like, I can't hear you, because my truck is really loud. I'm
Also,
69
like
years
I'm
old.
parking here for 10 minutes to get the grease and leave.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know who
fuck
you
off,
are,
buddy.
but like this is my job and I'm going to do it. The assailant then starts following him. tries to get into his truck
Does he follow him to the next stop, or is this still at the same stop?
on foot. On foot. So he's just like following him like around like the area.
Oh,
So
okay. So still at the
So
same place.
the guy gets like nervous, gets into his truck. The assailant tries to get into his truck.
Yeah.
The guy's like, "Fuck that!"
Assailant's on meth, big time meth.
Pepper sprays the dude.
Yeah.
The dude eats it, and then
Totally
the grease
on
truck
meth.
driver has to use something else to protect himself.
So if he's in the bed of the truck, Liam, like he's in the cab of the truck, what could be in the cab of the truck? Right? Like I'm thinking there could be another fire extinguisher there, crowbar, tire iron, those are easy. But in the bed of a truck, like sometimes they have like beds in the back, sometimes they have gaming systems.
Yeah.
You know? He could also like be very like if this is Texas or Florida, which those are my two guesses, like he could definitely have a gun.
I'm guessing New Orleans, dude. There's psychos
Really?
in New Orleans, dude. Yeah.
I mean,
New Orleans
it's
is filled with
Jacksonville for me,
characters, so-
Daddy. Jacksonville or
Yeah.
Tampa Bay. I just hate that there's two Florida cities I have to choose from because
So
I
what
would
did he
choose
use
both
in
of
the
them.
truck? He did. Oh, he's carrying around grease. He would have a fire extinguisher. So
Yeah,
I
he'd have to.
So I'm going fire extinguisher because I think he has one of those.
Because he did like, he sprayed him with the gimmick, didn't work.
Yeah.
So he probably grabbed the other gimmick, started whacking him up again, maybe hit him with, hit him in the face and whacked him with it, something, And he's fucking 69.
Yeah.
The driver is 69.
Got to use something.
How old is the assailant as well? I do want to know how old the guy who attacked.
Can I give you guys, I mean, can we talk about this real quick? I saw a video the other day called The Death of 69, right? So it's a teacher on the board, a math teacher, doing a math problem, right? Does the math problem in front of the class, and at the bottom, the math problem is 69. And he's like, oh, shit. Turns around, no one says anything. No one. He's like, okay, all right, I guess that's good.
What?
No one says anything to 69 anymore. Does another problem. The next problem. The answer is 67. And guess what happens?
Oh no.
67.
He goes 67.
Buddy. He's like, the death of 69 is now 67. That's the world we're in.
Listen, I read an article. Gen Z just doesn't fuck. Gen Z just doesn't fuck. They're just not fucking out there. They're not fucking like we were. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Buddy,
what are they doing?
It was an obsession. It was
Roblox?
an obsession.
Minecraft? I don't
You
know.
remember that was like your only reason. That
The
was
only
like
thing you wanted.
That was like your
Only
singular
thing you wanted.
focus and goal
Only
for everything. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Like, why are you doing anything you're doing? You're working so you have money so you can go out to try to get laid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so you can pay rent so you have a place to
dude,
get laid.
Dude, at that age, you're trying to finger blast. You're like, oh, dude. You know?
Ray, I had a condom in like the wallet I got for my first Holy Communion when I was like 13. Like that shit crumpled. I wasn't anywhere close to getting laid, but I was like, any minute now, this is
When
gonna
it happens,
happen.
I will be protected.
Any second, I will be prepared for this.
All
That
right.
thing turned into dust.
All right, I'm doing this. I'm going 40 for the age of this guy.
I like 35 for the age, so I like that. We're
Jacksonville,
close.
right?
So let's go through 35 to 40.
Yeah,
we'll say that.
You guys are close enough to put you in the same.
Jacksonville.
He's doing
fire
Jacksonville.
extinguisher.
I'm doing New Orleans, and we'll both do the fire extinguisher.
All right.
All right.
You said it was a man, right?
Yes.
So 40 Jacksonville for me, New Orleans for LaShmoosh, and then fire extinguisher. Benoit, give us the deets, Daddy.
All right. Well, I pulled a fast one on you guys. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to, how much attention you were paying, but I knew that there were soccer. I didn't know Liam's daughter had a birthday party. That worked out in my favor as well. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez was pepper sprayed and stabbed multiple times during a late-night altercation with a 69-year-old truck driver in downtown Indianapolis, which resulted in 3 criminal charges against the Fox Sports analyst, according to records filed Sunday.
We're
Whoa,
talking
whoa.
about Mark Sanchez, the
Mark
That's
Sanchez.
fucking Sanchez.
That's correct.
Sanchez. The Sanchez.
The Sanchez.
What?
So the second weapon was a knife.
It was a knife. Sanchez was stabbed 3 times in the torso.
What?
Because he
Correct.
was fucking with this guy?
Apparently, he was ended up. Sanchez
Indianapolis is such a white trash city. We should have fucking seen this coming, Liam.
Sanchez was supposed to be doing analysis on the Colts game today, which is why he was in the city. Sanchez, 38, was charged with battery with injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a vehicle, all misdemeanors, by the Marion County Prosecutor's Office on Sunday morning. An initial hearing has been scheduled. The incident should have never happened, blah, blah, blah. So Sanchez apparently is all banged up outside of his hotel.
Wow.
Gets into an altercation with this 69-year-old grease truck driver. The guy had left his hearing aids. He has hearing aids, but he can't hear because the volume of the truck is so loud. He doesn't know what Sanchez is trying to tell him. Sanchez starts coming towards him in a menacing manner. This guy hits him with he gets back in the truck. Sanchez tries to get in the truck.
It's not like Sanchez is a small guy either. You know, like he's a big fucking guy.
By the way, 38 years old. So you guys nailed it on the 35 to 40.
Nice.
According to the affidavit, the confrontation escalated to the point where the truck driver believed he was in danger, sprayed Sanchez in the face with pepper spray, and with Sanchez still advancing toward him, he thought, this guy's going to kill me. The truck driver then pulled a knife with Sanchez still coming at him, and he struck Sanchez, quote unquote, 2 or 3 times, according to the affidavit. Truck driver said he was thrown against a dumpster and onto the ground and believed it was a life or death situation. The driver, according to the affidavit, then said a look of shock came to Sanchez's face, and Sanchez took off. Sanchez was arrested by the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department at a hospital later that evening and charged with the 3 misdemeanor crimes. He is currently in stable condition with multiple stab wounds to his right torso area.
Wow.
That story like blew me away, dude.
Wow.
Of all the stories we've done so far, that one, I was in shock.
Well,
when
I know
you
what
said
the
the
fucking
name,
thumbnail's gonna be.
I was like, are we talking about Mark Sanchez? Are we talking about the right Mark Sanchez?
We're talking about the Sanchez.
Then you said sports analyst, and like in my head, everything started short-circuiting because I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Wow.
Unreal.
I'm thinking, throw the thumbnail, QB, former NFL star stabbed. Boom.
You know who filled in for Sanchez?
Silhouette of a quarterback, and then, something in the background.
So obviously Sanchez not on the broadcast today of the Colts game. You know who filled in? You know who filled in for him?
Who?
Our boy Brady Quinn.
Shout out.
I like Brady Quinn. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
He threw out
Brady Quinn's fucking sister and girlfriend.
Yeah. And without
his
getting
sister's
any
married
detail,
to fucking AJ Hawk.
AJ Hawk. Without getting into any details, Brady Quinn threw out his T's and P's to everyone involved in the unfortunate incident.
Oh, jeez.
Last night in Indianapolis. But no one on the broadcast mentioned that Mark Sanchez got stabbed a bunch of times after getting pepper sprayed for beating up a driver.
Oof.
Now, he did throw this driver into a dumpster. The driver was taken to a different hospital and treated for lacerations on his face. So, like, Sanchez did get up in this dude.
Yeah.
Charged with
he's an
public
athlete.
intoxication. So we don't know what was he boozed up? Was he doing something else? There's no report as to...
I don't know why he cared so much. Somebody like him. Why do you even care about a truck?
That's the thing. You're in Indianapolis for like the weekend to do something. Like, why do you give a shit about where a grease truck driver parks outside of a hotel?
Right.
Yeah.
He just must be a drunk asshole.
He must have been completely annihilated, dude.
I was just really hoping. I was like, if this hits, it's gonna roll. But if one of them saw this story, I'm gonna be totally screwed here. So I took a chance. I was hoping you guys were busy with your kids over the weekend because I was looking yesterday.
Right.
My brother texted me this yesterday, and then this morning I was still just like, so wait, what happened? Like, what the fuck happened with Mark Sanchez?
What a wild story, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
So there you have it.
Dude,
38
and
year
Brady
old.
Quinn's married to a gymnast. Shout out, dude.
Yeah.
An Olympic gymnast.
So the answer was 38-year-old in Indianapolis got stabbed with a knife a bunch of times.
Man, that's wild, dude. Oof. All right. Well, good shit, Bern. Loved it. You know, the CT he got from the butt fumble must be wild.
I'm
You
saying
know?
we kept the NFL theme, and you should be able to make a pretty
Yeah,
decent thumbnail out of that one. Buddy.
Yeah. How
absolutely.
about it,
That
Daddy?
one's gonna
How
steal
about it?
that's gonna steal the show.
That's the
I gotta
thumbnail.
follow that now, you know?